Kira Gelato is with us, and together with her, we have one of the best transformations in the magical girl scene. Yes, in the whole magical girl scene. Her transformation is really stunning. And together with her, we have episode 3 of KIRAKIRA Precure, and that's what I am going to talk about here. And I think that this episode brought the best and the worst of this series so far. And okay, I want to talk about everything, but let's start with the bad part of this episode, which was the development and the pacing issues. I think that this episode suffered a lot with the time frame, and they didn't really know what to do with so much that they had to develop in this episode, and they ended up failing in deciding or prioritizing what they wanted to focus on. And they focused, in my opinion, they focused on a part that was not very important. That was that little start. Not that little, it ended up being way bigger than it should have been. The start of the episode in which Ichika gets to know Aoi and they kind of become friends. They don't really become friends. They become, like, they get to know each other, and Ichika gets to know a little bit more about Aoi, and, well, she tries to cheer her up. But I felt like they wasted so much time with this. I think that waste is not a great word, but what I mean is that they spent a lot of time with this part, and then they ended up not having time for other things that were important as well. Especially at the end of the episode, the precure part of the episode was really, really badly done because, first of all, when she discovered that she was Kira Gelato, that was so short. The scene was so short. There was no development at all. She wasn't really surprised. She wasn't, there was not really an anticipation, and she just transformed. That was so strange. And her reaction to Pecorin as well was so short-lived. They didn't have time to develop that. And yeah, the first part of the episode, it didn't really get to me, you know. I could understand Aoi's trouble trying to find inspiration for a song. That's very hard when you're doing something. Not only artistically, but, you know, in life, when you're trying hard to, you know, get inspiration, get creativity, and then you just can't. I mean, everyone can relate to that, and we can relate to that. And there were some nice scenes in the episode, just like that scene that she was thinking about which style to go with the song, and there was even some reference to J-pop, famous J-pop artists. And then Ichika was trying to help, but Ichika wasn't really helping. Ichika was more like taking her focus away. But I think that they wasted too much time with that specific thing, and the episode ended up being a little boring. Like, for the first half of the episode itself kind of got boring at that part. And I think that Aoi's character is very interesting. She has so many interesting features, and she was able to show that more on her precure part and her precure fight and all, but then in the episode itself, not so much. But then let's talk about the best things about this episode, which I think are basically the best so far. First of all, the best scene from KIRAKIRA Precure so far for me was when Ichika gave her the ice cream. She was way what I mean is that Aoi was not very happy with herself. She was very down. She was very uninspired, and she wanted to give up on that specific competition. And then Ichika was trying to find a way to help her. The way that she found to help her was to make some ice cream together with Himari. Both of them made a very nice ice cream, and then they gave it to her. So when she ate the ice cream, when she gave it the first bite, she basically found her inspiration again. That was when she remembered why she loved rock music in the first place. And then she remembered when she saw Misaki with her Ganache band, with their performance. I thought that was incredible. That scene was incredible. And I have been criticizing the insert songs from episode 1 and 2, but then I now have to say this. The Ganache song was brilliant. That song was one of the best songs I have heard in Precure. And, well, it's been 14 years, so it's kind of hard to release a song that's a very good thing that makes you impressed and think, wow, this is a very good song. And Cure Gelato's song, Aoi's song that she sang with her band, the songs are good. You know, the songs this time in this episode specifically are good. They're powerful and they bring Aoi's freshness and courageousness, braveness, everything. You know, they just sum it up into a very nice tune. And the Cure Gelato song was very special because it was basically in the fighting scene, and the fighting scene was very interesting, and to me that was the most interesting scene, the most interesting fighting scene so far in this season. And well, I remember that I was talking about it on Tumblr, and then Jack said something about Gelato having a power of roar. And she really does have it, you know, she's a lion, so the lion part is basically the braveness, and I think that the roar thing, you know, she has this power. And, well, because each one of the girls has the animal power that they embed, so Cure Gelato gets this lion roar, and it's amazing. I love it. And I love how she uses ice to fight against the monster physically, because we're not really having physical fights, and I think that Cure Gelato is going to be the one to have this in the season. You know, she's probably going to be the most physical one in KIRAKIRA Precure. So I think those were the best parts of the episode to me. And then there was another great thing, which was Misaki. I think that she can be such a great character. And unfortunately, we didn't see much of her. So I hope that she appears more in the future. Maybe an episode in which Aoi can meet her, can actually meet and talk to her. And, you know, get some inspiration, get some touches and everything. I think that's going to be amazing. And another thing that I didn't like was that there was basically no time to have a little bit of relationship between Himari and Aoi. Both of them, they didn't have time to meet, they didn't have time to talk to each other. It was just basically Ichika and Aoi. But that's fine because, well, this episode was so cramped that it was kind of hard to find a balance there. I am very excited for the rest of the season. I think that this episode was amazing. And okay, I forgot to talk about her transformation. I talked about it at the start, but let's develop it a little more. What was that transformation? Come on, that was one of the best transformations I have ever seen in the Magical Girl genre, and I watch lots of Magical Girl shows, and even those that I don't watch, I always watch the transformations because I love this. Is one of the best parts of Magical Girls, and Cure Gelato's transformation is one of the best in the Precure genre as well, in the Precure world. Precure is not a genre, but in the Precure world, yes, it's definitely one of the best, and I loved it. I really did, and I think that was amazing. That was such a great work. So congratulations to whoever animated this at Toei Animation. You guys deserve a lot of praise for this. And I think that the last transformation, the last Precure transformation that actually caught my attention in this sense by thinking, oh my god, this is so groundbreaking, this is so amazing. The last time Precure did this was with Cure Ace in Doki Doki Precure. That was the last transformation that actually made me impressed, made me shocked. And I don't like Doki Doki Precure, but I have to say this. Cure Ace's transformation is one of the most beautiful transformations that I have ever seen. And then now there's Cure Gelato, and I'm thinking, wow, she can beat Cure Ace's transformation with that transformation. Oh my god, what an amazing thing. So I think that's all I wanted to say on this episode. I don't know if there's anything more that I'm forgetting, but I think that in general, this episode had great points and bad points. But, well, you know, I think that it happens, and I think that it's normal for an anime to be like that. The quality was great, as always, at least technically speaking. Like, the expressions were on point. I loved them. The songs, this time around, were amazing. Different from episode 1 and 2, especially episode 1. And yeah, I'm very excited. In episode 4, we're gonna have a little bonding with the 3 girls, and that's gonna be great. We need some Himari Aoi time. And then in episode 5, we're getting Kira Makaron. Oh my god, I'm so excited for her. So I think that there's a lot to be excited for. There's Kira Parfait down the road, and there's a lot to happen in KIRAKIRA Precure that we don't know. And I think that we can get really excited by just thinking about so many things that this season is still bound to give to us. So please leave your comments. Let's talk about Kira Gelato's debut episode. I'm a little late with this review. I'm sorry, this week was a little cramped. I'm exhausted. Work has been a little chaotic lately, but that's okay. That's fine. Let's keep going. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.